Netflix's K-pop Demon Hunters, a film that I never expected to be talking about in any great depth, turns out to be more than a high-concept genre mashup of K-pop and supernatural action. It is a striking visual and narrative exploration of a profound psychological dilemma, the societal demand to conceal our authentic selves and perform a curated, idealized version to gain acceptance, success, and love. This tension between the inner self and the projected persona is at the heart of not just the film's characters, but also the real-world systems of pop culture, fame, and societal conformity. The film's glossy surface, colorful aesthetics, and high-energy performances are layered with metaphorical significance, presenting a dual identity crisis for the protagonists, particularly through its central characters, a K-pop girl group by day, demon hunters by night. Let's break through this honeymoon, shall we? Before we begin, this video is sponsored by Surfshark. For more information, stay tuned after the video or follow the link in the description to secure your digital life with Surfshark VPN. Surfshark. VPN made easy, security made effortless. Swiss psychologist Carl Jung theorized that we all wear a persona, a social mask tailored to the expectations of the external world. Beneath it lies the shadow, often suppressed aspects of ourselves: anger, fear, shame, and even power. In K-pop Demon Hunters, the girl group's flawless public image, their polished choreography, and their glittering wardrobes represent the persona, the idealized versions of femininity, composure, and perfection required by the K-pop industry. They are adored not for who they truly are, but for how well they perform the fantasy. But when they hunt demons, they become something closer to their shadow selves, brutal, raw, and unfiltered. Their true power is only accessed when they shed the image that is carefully constructed for mass consumption. The demons they battle can be read not just as literal threats, but as externalized symbols of the inner darkness they're forbidden to show. This dual life isn't just a plot device. It is a direct metaphor for the psychological splitting demanded by fame and social media. The necessity to create a clean, beautiful, manageable version of oneself for public approval, while burying everything messy, ugly, or real. The K-pop industry is notorious for its rigid control over its performers, curating every aspect of their identity, from their weight and skin tone to their dating lives and social media interactions. In K-pop Demon Hunters, this system is exaggerated to emphasize its dehumanizing effects. The group is managed like a brand, not a set of individuals. The scenes where they rehearse endlessly under eyes of cold, calculating managers visually echo scenes of religious devotion, except the deity being worshipped is an image. K-pop isn't just a musical genre. It's a hyper-curated cultural phenomenon built on precision, discipline, and idealization. Every single K-pop idol is a walking product of relentless training, tightly controlled image management, and public expectations. It's a world where imperfection is not tolerated. In K-pop Demon Hunters, the film leans heavily into this idealized aesthetic to make its psychological critique all the more piercing. The idol group at the center of the film is introduced not as individuals, but as a flawless unit. A synchronized machine dressed in pastel colors, smiling on cue, bathed in soft focus. Their dance routines are surgically precise. Their bodies are disciplined. Their public appearances are engineered for viral cuteness or striking allure. And their flaws, emotional, physical, or psychological, are completely invisible. This is not accidental. The film is making a bold point. K-pop is not just about entertainment. It's a form of social control, a template, a visual language for what society expects from young women, especially in Asia, but increasingly globally. Be perfect, be likable, be manageable. Every member of the group is burdened with a role that goes beyond stage archetypes. The leader is always composed, burdened by unspoken responsibility. The cute one is infantilized, pressured to smile no matter how exhausted. The sexy one hypersexualized, but simultaneously expected to remain pure. The quiet one is always mysterious, but punished if too distant. And then there's the troublemaker, edgy, but only in a way that can be marketed. We only get 3 of these archetypes, but essences of all of them are split between the trio. The film plays with these identities, showing how they begin to fracture as the girls face real demons, monsters that don't care about your image. Their costumes become tattered, their choreography collapses into survival. This breakdown is the point. The film is visually deconstructing the idol system, revealing how these surface-level roles are psychological prisons. The audience, the fans, are never portrayed as evil, but they are part of the system. Their adoration is conditional. The second one member posts something too emotional or appears without makeup, social media comments shift. She's not herself lately. Why does she look tired? What happened to her smile? This isn't commentary on just K-pop fans. It's about performative culture at large. In an age of parasocial relationships, online personas, and branding, K-pop Demon Hunters is asking, what happens when we no longer own an image of ourselves? What happens when being loved requires being fake? The horror of the film isn't just the demons, it's the constant gaze. A character even says, I'm more scared of my fans than what we fight at night. By using the K-pop industry as the structural and visual language of K-pop Demon Hunters, the film doesn't just comment on fame. It embodies the psychological cost of perfection. K-pop is the perfect vessel for this story because it's so visually flawless, so obsessively curated, so demanding of sacrifice. The genre is a physical manifestation of the societal ideal. Be beautiful, be happy, be exceptional, and never let them see what's real. But the film weaponizes that expectation. It turns the glitter into blood, the choreography into violence, and the smile into a scream. And in doing so, it gives its characters and its viewers the rarest thing, permission to be whole. Even if that means being ugly, angry, or broken. This very real idea that we must smile through the pain, present curated versions of ourselves online, and suppress emotions like rage or fear in order to remain likable. This is particularly acute for women, especially women of color in public spaces, who are often expected to remain palatable, agreeable, and visually pleasing at all times. Stylistically, K-pop Demon Hunters leans into this psychological conflict through bold visual contrast. The choreographed performance scenes are washed in neon pinks, perfect symmetry, and flawless lighting. In contrast, the demon hunting sequences shift into cold blues, handheld cinematography, and chaotic fight choreography. The visual shift is also a psychological one. When the group steps off the stage and into battle, the truth of their internal world is allowed to leak out. Their expressions become unrestrained. Their movements, while still precise, carry rage and desperation. The stage of social performance disappears, and something real, unbeautiful and powerful takes its place. Psychologically, the constant pressure to present an ideal version of oneself can lead to disassociation, a feeling of being detached from one's own life, emotions, or body. The duality reflects a harsh truth. Many people don't feel alive in the roles that they are forced to play, be it a pop idol, a worker bee, a parent, or a citizen in a hyper-connected digital world. K-pop Demon Hunters turns this numbness into something supernatural, but its roots are deeply psychological. The characters reclaim their sense of self, not by conforming, but by embracing the violent, angry, grieving parts they're told to hide. The film's emotional climax doesn't come from destroying the demons, it comes from integrating the dual self. One of the characters steps onto the stage with visual wounds, choosing to perform as she is than as the polished version accepted of her. It's a radical act of authenticity. She's no longer willing to split herself in two. This act of defiance earns both scorn and admiration, but more importantly, it sets her free. The final battle is less about defeating evil and more about rejecting the internalized belief that only the perfect self deserves love, applause, or survival. Netflix's K-pop Demon Hunters is a fantastical film, but beneath the demons and glitter lies psychological parable about identity. It asks, how much of ourselves do we have to sacrifice to be loved? What happens when the masks we wear become more real than who we are? In a world dominated by performance, whether on stage or online, K-pop Demon Hunters provides a cathartic, stylized, and emotionally resonant reminder. There is power in authenticity, even when it's messy. Perhaps especially when it's messy. Horror isn't limited to the genre, as every day threats surround us in the form of bad actors who seek to steal our data in a variety of creative ways that we will likely never see coming. But now you can keep yourself protected from threats like these with Surfshark. Protect your connection and reclaim your privacy with Surfshark VPN. Every time you go online, you're exposed to data breaches, hackers, and trackers. But with one powerful solution, you can blow them all to hell harder than Brody took out Jaws. With effortless online privacy, stay secure 24/7 with a VPN that connects, reconnects, and protects you wherever you go. Experience the web the way it was meant to be, with no ads, no trackers, and no cookie pop-ups. Try Surfshark with confidence using a 30-day risk-free trial. If it's not for you, get a full refund, no questions asked. There are no logs and no tracking, meaning what you do online stays private, always. Surfshark shields you from malware, scans files before you download them, and even blocks unauthorized access to your webcam. Are you ready to experience true online freedom? Try Surfshark risk-free today, using the link in the description. Surf the web without tracking with a VPN, shield your devices with antivirus, and guard your identity with an all-in-one app. Surfshark, VPN made easy, security made effortless. Well, friends, that's going to be all for now. I hope you enjoyed this one. I know K-pop Demon Hunters is a little out of my wheelhouse, but many people told me I had to watch it, so I finally did, and it actually kind of blew me away. I highly recommend it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up down below, subscribe if you aren't already, click the bell to be notified on all future uploads, and as always, thank you for watching.